Looks good.
Good angle that. Good angle. Good angle.
I can put this here more. Maybe if you could put it like right there.
Yeah, man.
Both of them.
Yeah, man.
Hey guys. We're just setting up. Just move this. I need to have that a little higher.
Higher.
Yeah, just a little higher because I can have to scroll through. That's good. So.
How about this one?
That's good.
Swag.
All right, guys. So, hey, guys, Moss here. Hope you're doing well. Welcome to Moss's Medihealing Sundays. We're just going to wait as more people join. So go ahead and get comfortable, get situated. A lot of people joining already. So awesome. We just want to make sure that Facebook is on the right. Yeah, we're good. All right. So again, welcome, guys. It's Moss Medihealing Sundays. What is Moss's Medihealing Sundays? Well, it's the fastest way to, say, transform your life. The first half is about me helping you analyze your blueprint, your life blueprint, and see where, well, let's just say where you're going wrong. Simple as that. Okay. Where you're going wrong, and not just seeing it, but then actually helping you reset it. Okay. The way I reset it is abilities that I've honed through two near-death experiences. Very simple. So it's like going into the matrix, simply like going into the matrix and understanding what's holding you back and then reprogramming you. So everything that your life is a program. Simple as that. You might not like it. You might not say, understand it or hear it, or, want to go, shit, I'm a program. Well, you're a program. Your genetic makeup is a program. Your DNA is a program, right? The way you breathe, the way everything is well, it's a program. The way you see life is a program. Okay? The way you look at life, the way you understand it, the way you live it, the way you attract. Look at the relationships that you attract. Those are programs. That's why you keep reenacting the same damn relationship over and over and over and over again. That's the reason why. So the first half on the Moss Meta Healing Sundays is about helping you understand or analyze. I'm going to read people, and I'm going to pick, say, maybe one or two live callers, but for the most part, just to get through as many people as we can. I'm just going to read you, without, say, connecting with you one-on-one. And then if you can, for accuracy, and again, I know I'm accurate, but for other people to understand and for you to understand that this shit's real, is that comment back. Okay. If I read you, then comment back and say, hey, you know what? That was accurate. That was true. Or, you're full of bullshit, whatever it might be. That's all good. But notice that it's not just me reading somebody that helps you change. For those individuals who again are on this group and you're, say, paying attention, or you're in that space, you will get, say, reprogrammed, or I don't want to say reprogrammed, but deprogrammed from your old patterns. Okay, whether it's from family lineage, society, government mechanisms, your own self, all that stuff, you start to pull away from. Again, it's a deprogramming, so you get to be your natural, best possible self. So and then from 9 to 9:30, we're going to go into, say, a deep meditation, and it's going to be, say, your voyage of self-discovery. What's stopping you, and then how to remove yourself from that pattern. And then we have a meta healing coming up. Can you give me a description from maybe on your phone coming up later on? Okay, so let's go let's go ahead, take a deep breath in. I'm just reading some of the comments for you guys as well. And again, I don't have to focus in or specifically, say, read you as I read the comments. If you're in that space, you'll probably feel the frequencies to help you shift. Okay. Wonderful breath in again. connecting to the mastermind group. In this case, the mastermind group is, well, the best possible self that you can be at this given moment. So, and we all want, say, more abundance, right? So, pushing that, we're all wanting or heading into that same direction. And that's where, say, that abundance or this mastermind is going to, say, push you forward. Wonderful breath. And again, asking yourselves, how do I connect to my purest presence, my purest source even stronger? Again, that question, how do I connect to my purest presence even stronger? So as you settle in, notice how you feel. Notice it didn't take you, a ton of time to get you into your deeper states. So those are the frequencies, say, that I help you generate. So those frequencies are very similar to nature. Okay, but we don't want to waste any more time. I just want to get into, say, the topics. It says diagnosed with arrhythmia. Can you scan me? Yes. I don't need to know, say, your real name or anything like that, because what you type in is actually has, say, your programming or your encoding. So for you, as a note, I'm not a doctor in any way, but I'll tell you what I see. You're always really anxious. It almost seems like, and correct me if I'm wrong, but it seems like you used to watch people get abused when you were really young, whether it's your mom or your other siblings or older siblings or something to that effect. So that's always puts you in a fright state. When you're in a fright state, you produce, say, certain chemicals that just keep you in anxiety. Okay. So unfortunately, you're always producing chemicals that keep you in anxiety, kind of like the flight response. And those chemicals are messing up your heart, because you're in this space where you should be, say, fleeing, but then your normal everyday life, right? And it messes up that court, and that's why you have arrhythmia. Your heart doesn't know what to do. Your head doesn't know what to do. So just pulling you back on that for you. Again, not a doctor, anything like that, but once you, say, come into this moment in time, one, you'll be less fearful. Two, you're less anxious, and you always have a tendency to move forward or never stay in one space. That's the reason why. So all those things disappear, and hopefully, again, I can't guarantee anything, but your arrhythmia will, say, disappear without any medication. Okay. As a note, I don't claim to cure or heal anybody, but just like Western medicine, they can't cure or heal you unless your natural healing abilities is available to you or awakened. That's what I do best, by the way, awaken your natural healing abilities. And then whatever that you need outside of that comes through. The crystalline event, I feel so different after. Yeah, you feel a lot purer than anything. So yeah, the crystalline event that we just had, a lot of people, you commenting. So thank you for that. Really good stuff. Really pushing you beyond, say, the human understanding of what human is, right? So XI, exponential intelligence, is about you becoming beyond human. This one is, this is Cindy Bridgewood, diagnosed with hypothyroidism. Yeah. Can I have a scan, please? Yeah, Cindy. So for you, again, not a doctor or anything like that. But one, you have a lot of heavy metals in you, by the way. And then two, just like heavy metals, when I see heavy metals, it might be just like a lot of supplements or minerals that seems like you're exceedingly taking. Okay. You seem to be of that pattern where, if I take, say, one pill, it'll be good, but I'm going to just take 10 and it'll be better. It doesn't work that way. You seem to latch on to people. It's like, you meet somebody and then it's like your whole world can't sustain itself unless you connect with that person. So again, you tend to latch on to people. And that's because you're always afraid of, say, being alone or being by yourself. It almost seems like in the day, you were probably left alone or made to feel like left alone, or you weren't worthy of, say, being in the presence of whoever that person is. We don't have to get into the details. So releasing that pattern for you, again, where you'll have to, say, bind yourself to somebody else. So, yeah. So I would do, again, I would check like heavy metal cleanse, or if you're taking the supplements, and then let's just push you back and help you understand, say, that emptiness that you always are, from what I'm seeing, because you're always like going forward in time, which messes up your thyroid, by the way. Your thyroid gland is like time based. So if you're always forward into time, so what that means is like you always feel like you're late. So again, even if you're early, you always feel like you're late. You always feel like, okay, when you arrive, it's like, okay, I got to go to the next space. So those are all, say, patterns that you'll feel. Okay. Sometimes when I work on people with that forward, when I pull you back into time, and it's just like that for you, Denise, so just right back, you might actually feel that time has moved slow or time has stopped for you. That's where it's supposed to be. Okay. So we'll go. Crystalline upgrade was beyond fantastic. Thank you so much, guys. And damn, I should have. How much can you work on my mom? Yeah. So whoever this is, American something company. I should have had glasses. Sorry. Can you turn this? There you go. So yes. So what you're asking, really, American Gene Company. There we go. So what you're really asking is that Moss, whatever that you've done with me, like XI, whatever, is like you've gotten to the point that it's like, shit, I can't carry the burdens of other people around me anymore. That makes sense to you. So again, right back. So the reason why you're asking, can you work on my mom, is like, Moss, I'm really sick of, carrying the other burdens. I want my mom's frequencies, or the burden of mom. I've always had to say, take her, or you're almost like a mother, whether you're a boy, whether you're a man, or you've been like a mothering or a nurturing to your mom, even when you were a younger kid. So kind of like the parent for your mom. So she basically expects you, and that's what you're feeling. She basically expects you to like, hey, when I'm older and I'm dying and I'll be dead, I expect to move into, say, your body. And that's what you're feeling. It's like, no way in hell, mom, I don't want that. So you're pushing everything away, everyone away. So, and that's totally fine. Okay. You don't have to feel guilty or disrespectful or anything like that. It's actually disrespectful of other people to, say, jump into you, or say, think that they need to hold on to you. So there's no shame in that, Hannah. Although, and I say that because you'll see a lot of the shame. She'll even guilt you, by the way, after this call. It's like, what the hell? You don't care for me anymore. It's like, so don't worry about that aspect. Okay. But again, it's a separation for you. This one is, can you scan me? This is Stacy Hall. Hi, Musk. If you can scan me, have any input on my health situation, it'd be very grateful. I'm in chemo treatment for degenerative fascia disorder and out. Would love to get balanced again. Yes. So for you, Stacy, and again, it seems like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So it seems like you're running, say, 7 people's personalities, or if you want to, in your family, there's a lot of death around you. If you've noticed, say, your friends, they're always sick, or if you notice your family, they're always talking about death, or people who've, say, crossed over, like, oh, Grandpa Bill, or, whoever. It's like, I remember him. And again, you're always, or you might have like, pictures, or even some families get really extreme. They create shrines around the dead and so on. And there's nothing wrong with that. But the reason why you would do that, Stacey, is because the dead is upon you. The dead is in you. So like I said, you've got about 6, 7, sometimes even more, especially if you're a helper. It seems like you're a helper of some sorts as well, or that support person. Say, for example, even a stranger would come up to you and then start talking to you about, their life story. Okay. So what they're doing is like, hey, Stacy, you know what? I'm a stranger, but I know I can read your frequency, that I can dump all my shit on you, especially if I'm dying or I'm ill. So what's happening is that well, 7 dead people in you, you're going to start, say, degenerating. So this is why, you have like, well, failures or about failures of like organs and whatever, they're always like on that brink, so to speak, and then you pull it back, but then it's always on that brink. But that's why. So let's help you remove those 7. And again, I'm not diagnosing you or anything, I'm just telling you what I see. I could be fucking way off, but who knows, I might be spot on. Let's help you remove those 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And one personality, by the way, when you feel like you're being abused, especially at night, you wake up in the morning, or sometimes you might even get, say, bruises upon you, or you attract, say, abusive relationships, if that makes sense, that kind of beat you up or trash you. In certain instances, it's the, say, identity or personality, however you want to talk about that. It kind of reminds me of John of God, by the way, and not cutting him down, but just telling you what I see. So John of God, he even himself said he channeled dead doctors. Yep, he did, about eight or so of them. And with each personality, he would change. A couple of those personalities would sexually abuse women. That's why you have, say, so many. In his situation, people go, gosh, they never abused me. John was fantastic to me. And then others is like, oh yeah, he did that to me. It's like, that's why. So I say that story because for you, Stacey, your identity changes with certain situations. That's the reason why. So again, helping you remove, say, that death frequency for you. By the way, as you remove that death frequency, you might smell like death as it removes from you. Okay? You can't take that odor by showering or anything. It just takes a while for you to, say, understand what I was, say, experiencing. Again, guys, after this session, if your life gets fucked up or anything like that, it's not because I brought that upon you. It's basically, I'm that flashlight that goes, hey, this is what's happening to you, let's remove it. And then you're going to feel the distortions, the stench, whatever else that you're going to feel as you get cleaned out. And again, I can't stress this enough, all that garbage that you're going to be experiencing as what I call detox, or if you want to put it as a challenge, it's your shit, nothing to do with mine. I'm just pointing out to you what makes your life stink. Okay, so just be aware of that, and that's a good thing. So when you realize it, when you see it, don't blame me, don't blame others. Just go, oh, that's what's stopping me. So what are you going to do? Are you going to allow it to stop you and then blame others and just hold on to that garbage, or are you going to go, okay, that's what's stopping me? What, even if it's from somebody else, if you can't get past that, what are you going to do about it? Are you going to go forward, or are you going to just own it and then blame other people and then continue with your crappy life? So it's up to you. And I'm not talking about you, Stacey, but overall as I read people. Okay. This one is from Lorenda. And if I mispronounce your name, I'm so sorry. Moss, please work on me and thank you. Of course, yeah, for you, it just seems like, you're being oppressed all the time. Your headspace, you might actually have head type issues from what I'm seeing. Yeah, I think the right side of your head feels like, there's always pressure. The right side of your head, it feels like there's always pressure, or almost like a numbness on this side of your face, or numbness and so on, that radiates down. So that's the physical representation of what's happening spiritually. It's almost like you're getting sucked out. Your life force, your life essence is getting sucked out. So for example, 1, 2, 3, the 3 relationships that you've had in the past, or the 3 main ones, it seems like you've had others in between, but the 3 ones that have, say, really dented you, they've like sucked the life out of you all the time. So those relationships, you get into a relationship and it's like, oh shit, here we go again. It's like, and then you accommodate, and then basically they siphon you. So and it might be like you're in a relationship, and you're wondering what to do with it, or if you just broke up, from what I'm seeing, they're still sucking the life. So let's just stop that. Okay, so basically you're feeling yourself get drained. Okay, and then also neck issues as well. So let's help you with that. So it's a degradation of your bodily system, so to speak, as your life essence, say, gets removed. Well, what do? You start to decay or you start to degenerate. So simple as that. Okay, and I would stop eating sugars. So be careful of modified sugars, glucose, fructose, corn syrup, those types of things, because they're really highly destructive for you. Okay, like to you, say 1 tablespoon, to anybody else would mean like say 10 tablespoons of sugar. So just be mindful of that. Okay, we'll go to. This is Susan Legg Fedger. Could you scan me specifically about my job? Yeah, so you've had career after career after career, just like you've had a relationship after relationship after relationship. So what about your job? You're basically trying to find yourself, but you'll never find yourself in your job. That's why you always have to keep switching over and over again. You have to keep switching in relationships over and over again. It's not your job, hon. You just can't find yourself. You can't define yourself. That's why you're always upset with yourself, or maybe not upset with yourself, but upset with others, especially in an intimate relationship. You might say, oh, this is the person that's going to find me, or I'm going to, get connected with. And then you start to realize it's like, fuck, they're not the person. Because again, after a short while, you start to realize that they're not helping you satisfy yourself. So it's like, then you get mad at them. It's like, I thought you were going to help me find myself. And nobody can do that. Only you can do that. Okay. So turning it around for you, where you start to look inward. So for you, for example, you probably get mad at me just off the bat, because I'm showing you what's distorting you, destroying you. So that's why. Okay. But then this is the reason why you can never be satisfied. If you had $1 million, the perfect spouse, you would not be satisfied. Simple as that, because those things wouldn't define you. Okay. So this flipping it around for you and everybody else that's similar to this, which is a lot of people, again, at very different extremes. You tend to be more extreme. And then you get to feel a shallowness that you are inside. And that's not a bad thing. Okay. You understand what's empty, or what's empty inside, and then you can work at what's empty inside and then fulfill yourself. Okay. So that's why sometimes we have to see, say, the ugliness to get that trash out. So just be aware of that. Huh? Okay. Let's go over to, oh, thanks, honey. It says, love your work. Thank you. Can you help my daughter, please? Very heavy periods, making her short of breath. Yes. So this is for Pam Stefan. It seems like Pam, seems like you lost 2 children, which is really affecting her. Your daughter's really sensitive, from what I'm seeing. Really, really. So she's very aware of her presences around her. Okay. She might even talk to you about, oh, I feel something, or I don't like that person. I don't know why, but I don't. But that's the reason why she senses. So she's very intuitive, by the way. So, and then what happens is that, well, over time, she gets full of other people's garbage. If that makes sense to you. And then her menstrual cycle is a fantastic way of, say, letting go of that. So she just wants to flush herself out, but she flushes everything out. So let's take a deep breath in, guys, and we'll work on your daughter through you. And this is where that antsiness, that anxiety, especially like meeting new people, from what I'm seeing. Like meeting new people, because it's like, oh shit, are these new people, are they gonna just ransack me, basically? Okay. Pam, you tend to be like that. You pick people that literally, say, ransack you, or just like try to control you, and then you try to escape all the time. But so let's end that pattern for you as well. Okay. Your daughter also, say, senses things. When she was probably younger, she'd probably have make-believe friends or stuff like that. Those weren't so make-believe, by the way. So let's remove whoever friends, so to speak, are, say, continually trying to, say, come into her. And also, Pam, you also seem to be always in fright or in terror, so to speak. Yeah. So it seems like when you were a teenager, it's almost like your life ended, from what I'm seeing. Yeah. So could be because of that loss of a child or something. It's like your life just like blanked out, and it's just like a void. So you could never get over that void. So let's help you with that. As a note, again, just not just working on specifically on that person, but just if you have similar frequencies, really working on all of you. Whoa, there we go. You're so welcome, guys. This one is Fidema. Fidema, hi, thank you. I have some health issues and self-sabotage behaviors. I need some help. Thanks. Damn it. So sorry, guys. I should have got my glasses. Yeah, Petro. Yeah, Petro. Yeah. So again, same thing. The sabotage patterns aren't really you, but you know, when you're with people, you're actually the strong. So you know, it's so sad. What happens to people is that, you know, when you're really the strong person in a relationship, but the weak individuals make you feel weak. So the reason why they do that for you is, well, it's easier because they know that you're a strong person and they know that they can latch onto you. And as they latch onto you, well, the way they can latch onto you is because they, say, degrade you to a level where they can latch onto you. Does that make sense? So a lot of people who are, say, being bullied, or, you know, they feel like, you know, an outcast, especially when you're, you know, when you're a kid. And I talk about this because you seem like you might have been, say, an outcast or the loner or the one that didn't get along. The reason why is, one, you would pull away from people just because, well, if you did connect with a group of people, what would they do? They would just like burden the hell out of you. So your health issues are basically frequencies of other people, especially like in your midsection and down, basically from your solar plex on down. That it doesn't even feel like you. So sexual, say, experiences, intimacy, your self-identity, all that, it's not you, because literally it's somebody, say, somebody else's, not like a spirit or ghost, or, you know, that's your labeling, but it's like their worries, their burdens, like here, there's just you're just full of other people's garbage. So let's help you with that. Whew. There we go. So guys, we're gonna start the Moss's Medihealing Sundays, and tonight is like a voyage into, well, self-discovering. Okay, so what does that mean? Oh, by the way, it's a deeper version of this is the heart cord cleanse. Yeah, so a deeper version of this coming up, guys. It's a frequency spa coming up Sunday, June 28th. It's called the heart cord cleanse. Again, going deeper into that. This will, so if you guys take that, and it's on the website, by the way. Okay. It'll go deeper into that space. As a note, Moss's Medihealing Sundays are going to be at 10:15 Central Time AM, and we'll send you out a notice for that. And that way, our people who are across the pond can join as well, because it's late night right now for them. It's like, what, 2, 3 in the morning, probably? Yeah, it's like 2, 3 in the morning for them. So we got a lot of people all over the world. So we're going to switch it over to the morning, Sunday mornings at 10:15 a.m. Central. So so that allows us the other side to join in as well. All right. So let's take a deep breath in. This is Moss's Medihealing Sundays. So what that is a Medihealing, and a Medihealing is a meditation and a self-healing in one. Okay. And what we're going to do is we're going to go through this journey of discovering who you are. So let's take a deep breath in. And as a note, if I end on Instagram, because Instagram only allows an hour, if I end, just you can still stay in that space. Okay. Strong deep breath in again. Again, jumping into the mastermind. In this case, it's a higher, pure version, a healthier, abundant version of who you are. Okay? We all want abundance. We all want vibrancy in our life. So we're looking in the same direction. That mass, momentum, looking in the same direction creates a lot of power. Imagine a rope, right? Like one strand of that rope, you can break it easily, but then the whole rope is very strong. So this allows you to hold on to, say, this mastermind, and then it pulls you out of the ruts, those patterns that you can't get through. Breath in again. Asking yourselves, how do I connect to my purest sense, my purest source even stronger? Again, noticing your space. So what's your feeling, especially if you're new? How did I get you into that space? It's very similar to nature. Nature forces you to be in the present moment. I force you to be in the present moment. The difference is nature, say, generates those frequencies for you, forces you. What I do is I help you generate those frequencies for yourself. That's the difference between me and anything else that's out there. That's between XI and anything else that's out there. So notice where you are. And we're just going to take a voyage, but we're going to take this voyage backwards. So we can clean up, say, our footsteps backward, because our history dictates our future, right? We want to be pointed in the right direction. So notice where you are. How did you get to the point of where you are? Is it just a random sequence of events, or was there a pattern? Many of you would go, well, it's situation based, right? You're always resolving situations for you. But we're going to go deeper, because it's usually one pattern that messes up everything in your life or creates strength in your life. Either way, or a mixture of both, but not your optimal self. And then we try to rectify that with, say, physical action or physical experiences. But go back, say, 5 years. And as I ramp those frequencies up for you a bit, especially in your groin area, many of us don't even know we have an issue because we don't understand, being a strong woman or being a strong man. So going back 5 years till now, sequence of events that happened to you to get you where you are. Again, just look at the sequence of events. So multiple experiences, not just one, but multiple experiences. And then we'll go out back half your lifetime. So if you're 30, back to your 15. So if you're 50, 25. Again, half your life. And then go backwards. And then from half your life, going forward, notice a series of, say, singular events which you thought were singular. Does it help you, say, uncover the pattern of why those events or situations of events happen to you? There we go. For those who are ex-Iers or have been here before, obviously some of you might not remember quite properly, or you might go look at it and go, wow, I've grown from that. So thumbs up for you guys. So start to notice the details on how you've grown, so you can even grow more from that practice. For the new people, again, notice the series of events. We'll go back even deeper. So from where you are, stopping point of half your age, and then I want to say around mid-teens, 15 to 18. Going forward half your age. Do you notice, say, the stepping blocks for you? The next step. It dictated which direction you were going to go, right? Although it's the same path. So if you continued on with that path from 15 to 18, half your age, what would you get? The current situation you're in, right? By the way, if you extrapolate into the future, 10 years into the future, 20 years, close to your death, what kind of life are you going to get? Pretty much the same thing. Maybe with different people, different levels of income status, but pretty much the same thing. There we go. There we go. Notice what just happened to you. For many of you, you feel like a void or an erasure happened. That's because it did. Wonderful breath in again. Current age, half your life, 12 to 18. 15 to 18, 12 years of age. So random or sequence of events around that age frame. Then 12 to 15 to 18 to half your age. So do you see the stepping stones? That's clear for you now. Do you see the patterns, or basically a pattern that you run? Do you notice it in your relationships, friends, work, your identity with yourself? Do you see it follows a similar pattern? That's what we're looking for, patterns, frequencies. We'll go back even more. 7, 8 years of age. There we go. 6 years of age. 5 years. 4 years. 3. 2 years old. 1. Time of birth. Again, notice the patterns or that feeling that you're getting in utero, your mom. And then noticing your birth, feeling that frequency. What do you feel when I say your birth, your 0 point? You might not remember it, but I'm helping you say, create that frequency. So right off the get-go, do you see that your life was basically, if you want to call it doomed, but then positioned to be the life that you exist today? It doesn't mean that you have to stay that way with XI. We can delete or reprogram. So whatever we're doing today should have happened between 0 to 7 years of age. But for most, obviously, it didn't. As I know, this isn't psychology, neurolinguistic programming, NLP, state changes, belief systems, habits, controlling your thoughts. Those are good, but it's very superficial. There we go. So 0 to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 years of age. Again, notice the sequence of events. Do you notice that there's no randomness? Shit just doesn't happen to you. Even weird stuff that happened to you, do you notice that it's a pattern? You're basically on autopilot. You weren't awake enough. Some of you were awake enough, but you didn't know how to get out of it. So 7 to 12. 12 to 15 to 18. Half your age. Your current state. Looking back, do you see, say, the trail that you've left behind? Do you notice why your life is the way it is now? And again, whether you blame other people or a situation, it doesn't matter. It's because you resonate with a frequency that would attract those patterns, people. Simple as that. Okay. Again, I'm not blaming you, by the way. I'm just telling you that that's your pattern. Right? Some of you have a hard time with that. Get over it. Do something about it. So we're here. So what are we going to do while we're here? Are you going to go down the old path? Like, again, we're going to extrapolate like we just did. If you kept on the same path, what results are you going to get? Probably the same, just a different, an older version of it. Or you've probably noticed, say, other opportunities kind of open up for many of you. That makes sense to you? That's where you want to be. So this is a pivotal moment for you. You weren't here. You weren't attracted to being here. Just out of randomness. There's a good number of you go, who the hell is this guy? But then you were intrigued to, say, log in. There's a reason for that. You have your higher self watching out for you. So at this point, you're going to get on a new journey. It's your choice. So imagine two ships in front of you. One is your current destination that you're going toward. One doesn't know, you don't know where it's going to go, but it doesn't matter. It's a lot better. Let's just say it's a hell of a lot better than the destination that you're going towards. Okay. So again, on the left side, your current path, slated to go into the direction of your parents, your grandparents, your great great grandparents, society, humanity. Is that the path that you want to go? On the other dock, it's an adventurous journey. Again, a hell of a lot better than where you've been, guaranteed. I just can't guarantee how it'll show up for you. But again, I can guarantee that it's a hell of a lot better than where you are. Working on hundreds of thousands of people, they're a lot better than where they were. By the way, noting your future, did that really stop you from getting sucked into it? It doesn't matter. Take a deep breath in. What if you could create a new path for yourself? What if you could find, say, that ship that would help you discover yourself? What if it was just in your mind's eye, or maybe it's not? Where would that ship take you? As you get onto that ship, strong breath in again, noticing your spine. For those people who have spine issues, nerve pain, and so on, I'll help you with that. As you get on, notice that the attendant will stop you. You can't take some of the baggage that you brought forth, your attitude, your belief systems, your concept of who you are, your abuse patterns. If they're not functional for the new journey, you can't take it with. And if they are, they'll clean it up for you and give it back to you. They're very gracious, say, hosts. So why don't we leave our identity at the dock? Again, they'll clean up your laundry, fold it up nicely if it still fits you, and then give it back to you. Then you step onto that ship as you, with no self-image. Just that alone, notice how you feel. See all the burdens just washed away. As a note, it's not just a psychological effect. In due time, you'll watch your burdens wash away. Wonderful breath in again. As you walk around the ship, notice what kind of ship is it? Is it an older vessel? Is it a cruise ship? Is it your own private yacht? Notice the details. Notice the clothes that you're wearing. It might be different. Look down upon your feet, your legs, your torso. It might be different. You wanted a new you. You're starting to render a new you. A higher version of you. And again, it's not psychology. It's not a state change. It's not imagery. You're not trying to or forcing to create that image. It's happening for you. A deeper level programming or deprogramming. As the ship gets ready to set sail, notice how that makes you feel. Some of you are so relieved. It's like, thank God. Some of you kind of worried what's going to happen to this, and that. It doesn't matter. You worrying didn't affect it anyway. Just made it worse. Didn't resolve anything. It just made it worse. And look at what you're worried about. Same thing that your mom or dad probably worried about. Same thing that society worries about. Again, didn't affect or it didn't benefit them in any way. It didn't benefit society in any way. It didn't benefit humanity in any way. It didn't benefit nature in any way. So why is it going to benefit you? So let it go. On the ship, how old are you? Are you a more youthful self? A younger version of who you are? Because you are. You get to reclaim your life. Again, this isn't a visualization. It actually happens to people. Whether you believe it or not doesn't matter. Once you awaken that grandness that you are, you get to reset life. Besides, you're on a ship going into your better version of yourself. You're on a journey for self-definition. You can't get off. You can't go back to your old ways. That's what some of you need. And you'll see that in physical representation, you will start to disconnect from those people, situations, belief systems, ideas, concepts, foods, whatever it is that aren't beneficial for you, to come into something that is. Strong deep breath in again. I'm going to go ahead and leave you in this space for as long as you wish. Just stay in this space. For Instagram, you probably will get disconnected automatically. For the rest of us, you can just stay in the space, either or, just stay in the space for as long as you can. As a note, Moss's Medihealing Sundays, moving to a new time, 10:15 a.m. on Sunday, Central Time. Okay? A lot of good stuff coming up. So take a look at the website for that. The July 21-day transformation, transform your life in 21 days. In 18 days, sorry. Many people do it within, say, the first 3 or 4 days. They start that transformation. Okay? Some of you who are new might not believe it. Give it a try. Is it free the first 3 or 4 days? No, it's not free. Okay. Well, you get a taste of it in the Medihealing Sundays. So join me on Facebook, Instagram. On Instagram, Moss_Sajady. We do a lot more on Instagram. So a lot of posts, a lot of online meta-healings, pop-up meta-healing. So you, there you go. So as we end, guys, notice what you notice. Notice the detail of what you're noticing, right? Oh, one last thing. Your life will change, by the way. Right? And again, sometimes especially when you're new, all that garbage comes out. Again, it's not me. I'm just that light that shines on the garbage that you need to remove. So just be aware of that. All right, guys? So again, as we end, notice what you notice. Notice the details, and peace. Take care. Mm-hmm. So, hey guys, Moss here. Hope you're doing well. Welcome to Hey, how are you, honey?
Good. How are you?
I'm doing well, thank you.
Wow.
Right.
Are you hungry?
Yeah.
Hi. Oh, you guys are here.
Hey, hey, hey.